So I want to share my story with you. Have you ever wanted to change something in your life, but just never taken the steps to change? Did you ever tell yourself it's too late to change it now? Maybe you told yourself, I don't have time, can't do it, I can't afford it, I'm not smart enough to go back to school, can't fix it, it's not possible. Maybe you blame others and it's not my fault, it's the family I was born into. The excuses can go on, and you really start to believe what you're telling yourself. The excuses lead to a negative attitude that makes you look at your challenges in a negative way. When you let negativity take over, you end up being stuck in one place and maybe even moving backwards. So you can make changes now before it's too late. You can change the way you think and can overcome your challenges no matter how big they may seem. On March 11th, 2013, I made one of the hardest decisions in my life, and I hope that you never have to make a decision like this. I chose to take my husband off life support and let him go so he would be free from the pain he suffered. He was diabetic on insulin and had been on dialysis for 5 years. He struggled daily trying to follow the fluid restrictions and dietary restrictions that somebody on dialysis has to do to make dialysis easier on his body. It's especially hard on your heart when they have to take a lot of fluid off each treatment. He was found in his truck one morning, slumped over his steering wheel. He didn't make it into dialysis that morning. I received a call that he was taken into the ER. I drove to the hospital and saw him in the ER before they intubated him, and that was one of the last times I saw him awake. His heart stopped again that night. They had him on 24-hour dialysis and the machines were breathing for him. The doctor said he would have brain damage and would be on an even more restrictive diet. If he pulled through, he would have been in a nursing home. I knew in my heart he wouldn't want to live that way. And the doctors talked to me and said that it was not looking good, that each time his heart stopped, it did more damage to his brain. This is when I decided to let him go. He would have never been happy, and he never wanted to be a burden to anyone. He had many excuses why he could eat something, why he could drink more. He would get angry at my sons and I when we tried to tell him what he was doing to himself. I knew his body was going to give up, and it was only a matter of time. He let the excuses take control of his life, and it was never his fault. His negative thinking turned out to be true, and it took his life. I tried to be positive and give him encouragement, but after a while I could only say so much. I wanted to tell you that part of my story so that I can tell you that there is hope, and it is not too late to let go of the excuses and make changes. Have a positive attitude and believe in yourself that you can change. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. I did not want my boys to have to make a decision like I had to make. I was headed down that same path as my husband. I wanted to be healthier so I could be around for my boys. I wanted to be able to do things with them. I didn't want to sit on the sidelines anymore. I started to make changes in my life. I quit smoking on October 17th, 2013, and I have not smoked since. Also in October, I went to an informational meeting about the HMR diet at the Eau Claire Hospital in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So on November 28, 2013, I started that journey to change my life. I chose to start, of course, on Thanksgiving Day, a day of eating. I made my shakes that day and I stuck to it. I also started walking. That day, I walked a half a block. That first week, I lost 11 pounds. It was very encouraging. I've gone to classes every week since then and I've only missed a couple. As of today, I've lost over 175 pounds. And I can say I'm almost in that normal weight category on the BMI chart. As the weight came off, I've been taking off blood pressure medications. I'm not pre-diabetic anymore. I'm happier than I have been in years. I like to go shopping. I can go shopping at regular stores. I can live life and participate in it. I can now touch my toes. I keep a positive attitude and I work on small goals. My boys have been the biggest support for me. My family and you have been supportive too. It's all about the attitude and how you decide you're going to tackle your challenges. My doctors always told me I needed to lose weight and quit smoking. But I didn't have any health issues at that time, so I told myself I was okay. I used all the excuses I could. Before I had my knee fixed, they also thought that there was something wrong with my heart. I had to see a cardiologist. That scared me. I told the cardiologist I was too tired to exercise. He said, "You make time." When I reach a goal, I don't celebrate with food anymore. I celebrate in other ways. I still have challenges to face, but with a positive attitude, it will all work out. Last July, I had a pacemaker implanted. My heart's natural pacemaker was not working, so they put a pacemaker in to keep my heart beating at 60 beats per minute. And when I exercise, it knows my heart rate needs to match my activity level. That little device in my chest anticipates each heartbeat and knows it should take over and make it beat faster, and that's pretty cool. After my husband died, I could have felt sorry for myself and not change anything. But because I believed I could make things better, I did. Believe in yourself and you can change. Don't let it be too late. John N. Mitchell said it best when he said, "Our attitude toward life determines life's attitude towards us." There you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.